So Governor DeSantis from Florida, he actually put his foot down. Bro has been on fire. Dude, this guy's insanely good.
Piece of legislation that we worked very hard is the prohibition of things like Sharia law being imposed in different communities.
He banned Sharia law in Florida.
Using courts, using foreign law, but also making sure that we have a structure for our law enforcement to be able to designate groups like the Muslim Brotherhood as foreign terrorist organizations. It's very important that they don't get benefits. Organizations affiliated with them are not eligible for state benefits, and so this provides an important structure that we're going to be able to use to make sure that the people of Florida are protected. And let's
That's right.
Be honest about what's going on in the world right now.
Thank you. Please be honest. Lay some honesty upon us.
Now, you had 4 years of the border being completely open. Do you think Iran just failed to take advantage of that, knowing they could get anyone in here they wanted? No. So there's threats in this country right now, and we need to make sure, particularly when you're talking about militant Islamic terrorist organizations, that we are calling that what it is, and that we're making sure that not just our law enforcement, but all of our institutions are responding appropriately to be able to protect the people of this state. And so I was really happy to see that the legislature stepped up and did that. You know,
Yeah, so this guy's actually doing things, man. DeSantis has been amazing. Florida's government's been unbelievably good. I'm not even exaggerating. And the crazy thing is, unlike California, like, this is just going to be like a little side-by-side, right? So that was Florida, all right, actually doing shit. Right, this is California.
Well, it's just like Gavin Newsom, you know, he fixed the homelessness problem many years ago. He kept announcing that he's fixed it while the problem gets worse. I mean, this guy's a total disgrace, Gavin Newsom. If it's been fixed, then why is the money still going out? He says it was fixed in 2021. Those payments were from 2024.
Right.
He's just lying and gaslighting, as he is on every single issue. And the truth is that California has got more fraud than the rest of America put together. And Dr. Oz is absolutely right. We need cooperation with the federal government. When I'm governor, that's what we'll get. In the meantime, I mean, we're trying to find it as well. My organization, Cal Doge, part of my campaign, we estimate now that the total fraud in the last 5 years in California, $434 billion.
$434 billion. For those keeping track, that is 40 Iran wars. All right? I'm going to start measuring Democrat fraud in Iran wars. Right? That is 40 Iran wars.
And what are they doing about it? Nothing, because they have total contempt for taxpayers. They don't consider it, that it's our money that they're stealing and wasting, and that is why they're going to lose this year.
They got caught.
And that is why I personally believe that only taxpayers should have the right to vote. But that's a hill I'm going to die on another day. We're not getting there yet. But these people, like, I'm looking at the people that aren't paying taxes, all right? And the people that aren't paying taxes are literally spending their days harassing people that are paying taxes. Right? If you're not paying taxes and you're literally a parasite, all right, you're a parasite on the country, you're sucking the blood of our nation, why the fuck should you have a say in where the nation goes and what the nation does? All right? And this is what we're dealing with all the time.
Anti-ICE activists went from being mildly annoying to creating full-on war zones, which they quickly lose. And as satisfying as watching the EBT tribes take pepper balls to the face, the reality of unemployed behavior, not only wasting millions of dollars of police resources, but also assisting wanted criminals escape arrest, is something that should have ended 9 months ago when these—
I completely agree, man. Trump's been a rock star in foreign policy, but when it comes to the domestic shit, bro needs to lay down the fucking law. I'm sorry, bro. Bro needs to just roll in and obliterate these fuckers.
Funded anti-ICE riots ended in Los Angeles. But since then, over in Vermont, there isn't much left to their resistance.
I'm trying to stay away from this one.
And your empty-ass bed, because the wife you thought loved you left you, because you're a piece of working for a Nazi as a Nazi.
Protecting a previously deported drunk driver from arrest.
Unbelievable.
Yelling at the feds until the local police had to step in.
is crazy, dude.
resulting in several of their arrests.
W, get him out. Good shit. Put him away. W. Oh my God. We got a full SWAT team in there.
Who do you serve? R3! 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 Got him.
Let's go, dude. That's right. Put him away. Dude, I mean, things are happening. I feel like the fatigue is at like an all-time high right now. Like everyone wants these guys out of the country. All right, like the funny thing is the immigrant sentiment is so low. All right, the anti-ICE fatigue is so high. All right, I think it's awesome. Right, people are so tired of like literally importing cultures that are so alien to us that they're blowing themselves up in our schools and our streets. All right, like we're so tired of that shit. We're so tired of the people protesting to keep them here. Like, we're like so over it, bro. All right, no one is protesting for these guys anymore. God damn, look at this. W, sit on her, sit on her. That's right, boys. That's right, boys. Bring out the overweight ICE agents to sit on them.
Even going into the evening.
Good. Yes, base. Base. Yep, base. Get him out. Fight. Good. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Love that. W. Fuck him. It's insane. Like, throwing fireworks at ICE agents, that's attempted murder in my book. Like, what are we doing, guys? Seriously. Throw him in a hole. Put him in a hole. Fuckers limping away. Oh my God. This is insane. Dude, I've never seen the ICE agents and the police officers giving less of a fuck than I am right now. Like the anti-immigrant sentiment is so high. You're not putting the genie back in the bottle. All right, immigration is going to win the next election. It will. Ultimately, you know, people are hate Trump and stuff, but immigration is going to win the next election. All right, even your average retard that's not willing to say the quiet part out loud does not want a Muslim terrorist blowing himself up in a school. All right, like I'm just saying, man. God damn. Look, man, these guys are asking for it.
What an insane game they like to play. Getting so...
And then they wonder why they get killed. All right, and they're like, oh my God, but Alex Preddy is dead. He was just a nurse. Oh no, Renee Good. No one gives a fuck about these people. Right? They died for fucking nothing. They died to protect a pedophile that got deported anyway. They died for fucking nothing.
Angry at ICE activity in their community, they block the streets to sing songs and shout at cops until they get pepperballed and arrested, stopping all of 0 deportations of known criminals that they admittedly know nothing about, as even their local outlets admit ICE's target is a known menace. But first, let's look at the left's framing of the brutalized protesters
let's go! Let's fucking go!
trying to stop ICE kidnapping. As nobody is reading this block of nonsense
leftist memes be like, just like a paragraph.
Physical text, but their recollection of the event admits ICE arrested a man connected to a car crash, but then went on about the potential of kids being there, as there was a frozen curtain. According to them, crimes committed in the presence of kids' decorations or for some reason protected, not from...
That's left. That's the left, ladies and gentlemen.
Violent individuals.
The thing is, they don't actually believe in anything. They don't care. Like, none of them care. Like, they supported Charlie Kirk's assassination. Never fucking forget. All right, never. That was honestly one of the most shocking moments of my life. All right, watching the assassination and then watching people celebrate the assassination of a man who just wanted to preach the gospel in public and talk about God and bring back God to the public square. All right, this man was assassinated in front of his family, and all these people cheered. All right, quite literally, your boos mean nothing when I've seen what makes you cheer. All right, but a frozen curtain was there. Yeah, all right, you murdered this man in front of his family, and you celebrated it. I don't care. I'm so over it. The empathy thing, it's all a lie. It's all fake. None of it's actually real.
Feds may be looking for, but from the enforcement of our laws. As they immediately went into how ICE drove and accelerated into the line of protesters, gassing and tackling them before they got hit. As they then surrounded an ICE vehicle that reportedly had a flat tire. Wonder what or who popped that cop's tire, but of course they won't clarify that.
They don't
Writing
care.
how they tried to calm nearby protesters, but the police continued to deploy flashbangs and chemicals while they had their hands up. Now it's one thing if some ICE antagonizer says the fascist feds attacked peaceful protesters.
They'll do it every time, and no one's buying it anymore. No one is buying it anymore, because the reality is, all right, normal people know that there's an Islamic terror problem in the world, all right? Normal people will denounce Islamophobia, but then they're going to see a fucking Muslim terrorist throw a bomb at someone in New York City, and that's going to change their opinion real quick. I'm not gonna lie. This is not going away, all right? The leftist protesters that are gonna continue to do their thing because they actually don't have morals. And the shock is, and this is gonna, people are gonna start realizing this. The left actually wishes the Muslim terrorists blew those right-wing protesters up, all right? Because that's what they wanted, all right? Absolutely, they're upset the bomb didn't go off.
But it's another story when the mainstream media both knows and reports on what really happened, but still headlines it as ICE operation sparks violent protest. When the first—
It shouldn't. If there's a violent protest because of an ICE operation, that means that there's domestic terrorists that are doing domestic terrorism.
First paragraph admits the activists threw beer bottles, rocks, and spit on the cops.
Oh, it was freedom of speech. Mostly freedom of speech. You didn't know that freedom of speech includes throwing beer bottles at cops?
As when the feds were watching a known criminal previously deported with a DUI trying to arrest him on sight, he then fled, crashing his car multiple times, escaping into a building. After they got a warrant to enter, he had since escaped but still arrested who was inside. That's when activists arrived to block in the ICE agents trying to leave.
My God,
so when local coppers came to rescue them,
insane.
they too were attacked by these angry activists, even sending a state trooper to the hospital with an eye injury. And although
that state trooper's eye was worth more than the lives of all of you. All right, I'm exaggerating, obviously. I don't want them dead. I just want them in prison forever.
3 of them were arrested.
I'm an empath.
They were immediately released, as it seems their Republican governor called this operation totally unnecessary.
Oh, we have so many traitors, man. We gotta obliterate the current boomerocracy, bro. We have so many traitors in our own ranks.
It's insane to think arresting known drunk drivers is only necessary if the individual is a citizen, because according to some Rhino, it's completely unnecessary to remove an illegal crashing his car while evading arrest, all because activists might get mad. Never mind the fact that
I don't care if activists get mad. Why does that affect my life? I don't give a shit. Let them cry. Right, dude, I'm so tired of these pussies. We don't want to upset the activists. Excuse me, what the fuck? They live by being upset. That is their life, right? They have no spouse, no children, no future, no legacy. They don't believe in God. They have a dad-shaped hole in their heart, all right? Being upset is their literal only purpose of existence, all right? Like, let them have it. Let them be upset. Chill out, dude.
Kid behind that frozen curtain is probably in danger of his antics, since activists don't protest drunk driving deaths. It's, quote, totally unnecessary to arrest him, when apparently—
That is such a radicalizing shit, dude. And the fact that the Republican governor is going to stand up for the protest activists, like, we have so many traitors, dude.
The laws only matter if the leftist mob—
True. They don't care. And they bully people into believing this. Now, the thing is, a lot of people in Congress are getting called out, right? Because they're Islamophobic, because they want to deport Muslim terrorists. All right, so they're getting called out. And Mike Johnson actually defended them.
I've spoken to those members and all members, as I always do, about our tone and our message and what we say. There's a lot of energy in the country and a lot of popular sentiment that the demand to impose Sharia law in America is a serious problem. That's what animates this.
Yeah.
And that's
Look, man, we just need to look at Europe. All right, we had the poster child. All right, we were geographically blessed. All right, by the fact that we're living in America and we're not living anywhere closer to Pakistan. Just being real. All right, so our illegal immigrants, for the most part, they did not come from Islamic countries. The illegal immigrants in England and France and Spain, all right, those guys did come from Islamic countries. So we literally could look at those countries and see if they've been benefited or if it's been perhaps even, some would say, a negative that they imported infinite retards from Islamic countries. I could say that it's been a negative. Did you know that rape has increased by over 300% in Spain after they brought in 500,000 migrants from, I think it's Morocco? All right. Did you know that happened? Did you know that despite Pakistanis being only 6.5% of the English population, they are 97% of the gang rapists? If that number doesn't literally shake you to your bones, then you are not human.
That's the, you know, the language that people use. It's different language than I would use, but I think that that's a serious issue. Sharia law and the imposition of Sharia law is contrary to the U.S. Constitution.
True.
Our Constitution is the greatest in the world. It's the longest surviving constitution on the planet, and we're 250 years into this grand experiment in self-governance. And one of the principles that we believe in, stated first in the nation's birth certificate, is that all of us are created equal by God. It means every single person has inestimable dignity and value.
True.
And that, and that we respect everyone's beliefs
True.
and their right to live out their beliefs. And
Doesn't mean we need to bring them into our countries, by the way. It just means we need to respect them as creations of God.
Just to be clear, all right? I'm just saying. All right, if all these guys were in their own countries, I would not have any problem with them. Well, maybe I would, morally speaking, but definitely I wouldn't be talking about them.
to speak freely about their beliefs.
Did you know that there is a massive issue in Pakistan now that they're raping dolphins? I'm not exaggerating. This is a real thing. There is a dolphin rape epidemic in Pakistan. But I didn't give that a dedicated video. You know why? Because I don't actually care about that nearly as much as the rape epidemic of Pakistanis in our countries. I find that a lot worse.
And have that conviction. But when you impose, when you seek to come to a country and not assimilate, but to impose Sharia law is in conflict with the U.S. Constitution.
It is. It is quite literally, and I don't mean this in like a racist way or anything, because Islam is not a race. It is an ideology, and it's super important to remember that. But not to say this in some sort of racist fashion, but it is incompatible with Western civilization. It is, by definition.
Is the conflict that people are talking about. It is not about people as Muslims. It's about those who seek to impose a different...
True. I don't have any issues with Muslims, just the religious ones. All right. I want to make this very clear. I want to make a very clear distinction. I have no issues with Muslims, unless you follow the religion. In which case we have issues, because you want to kill me.
Different belief system that is in direct conflict with the Constitution.
Yeah. So the guy did not condemn the anti-Islam sentiment in Congress. This actually is a colossal shift of the Overton window. People are tired of this. They really are. And because we're looking at what these cultures are doing to other people. Right? This is a Yazidi girl, a survivor of a sex slavery under Islam. I can't play it. She says, I was raped every day for 6 months. They killed my mother for being too old to be a sex slave. They killed all my brothers for refusing to convert to Islam. They called us devil worshippers. Yeah, no, I don't think that culture is acceptable at all as humans, let alone to be brought into our countries.